Hey everybody, happy Friday. We're talking Oscars, right?
Yep, Oscars. It's Oscar season.
So yeah, the three amigos here are into movies,
Very
right?
much, very much.
That was a good movie.
Very much, yes.
Yeah.
So
So this is Shawn Ryan. You guys know him. Entertainment here, Shakeem and me. So where do we start?
Well, obviously, Best Picture is the first thing you want to talk about.
Best one.
But it's the last award.
Yeah, but it's the one everybody wants to know.
That's why it's
Well, I
last,
say
right?
everybody. There's a lot of people who want to know Best Actor. And there's some people out there who want to know Best Sound Mixing and Cinematography.
Yeah.
The people who are involved in those
Yeah.
things. Yes.
But
yes.
Best Picture is always the Best Picture. Actor and actress are always the top three, and then director gets in there too.
Yeah, that's important too. So for Best Picture, we have nominees: Arrival, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, La La Land, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight. That's a lot.
Yeah, they expanded the number 5 years ago
I think so.
from 6 to
6 to was it?
well, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, they expanded it because people were saying, well, it's just too small of a selection. There's more better movies out there than what you're getting into. So.
Yeah.
So what do we think? What do we think?
Well, what have you seen? Have you seen any? How many of these have you seen? Shamefully, I've only seen 2. But I think one of the ones I saw will win.
I only saw La La Land.
Yeah.
I've seen Fences, Hidden Figures.
You did?
I didn't see Moonlight. I was going to see it, and I need to see Manchester by the Sea. Those are my two in order, the ones I need to see next. And then I need to see Arrival. Moonlight, Manchester by the Sea, and Arrival in that order.
I need to see Manchester and Arrival. I've seen La La Land and I've seen Moonlight. And honestly, I think La La Land is a shoe-in.
I loved it.
I don't think it'll win.
You know? What do you think?
The favorite, I mean, a lot of
loved
talk
it.
was Manchester by the Sea. I've heard a lot of that. Dark Horse is probably Fences from what I hear, and Moonlight's in there too.
What is Moonlight?
Moonlight's the story about a gay black kid in Miami, and
you told me
it
about
follows
that.
Yeah.
3 sections of young, teenage,
Teenager
and then
and
adult.
life.
I've seen it. It's a tremendous movie.
Wow,
It's a
no,
tremendous
we
movie.
were
Yeah,
supposed
because
to
we had
see
we
that.
had a local connection.
I wonder
Yeah.
what's
That
playing.
movie.
I'm going to see if the Majestic has
John,
any up.
yeah,
this
John
weekend.
Montague, who grew up on Lookout Mountain and was a student at Baylor, one of the
Right.
associate producers in Moonlight.
Yeah.
Hacksaw Ridge has a local connection because Desmond Doss, the guy that the movie's about, spent most of his adult life in Rising Fawn and died in 2006 while living in Piedmont, Alabama. So he's
Small
pretty close to
world.
home. Yeah, pretty close to home.
La La Land did break a record though, didn't it? For
14
nominated or tie
nominations,
record.
tied 14.
Yeah.
Well, there just hasn't been something like La La Land ever, maybe. I mean, the old.
Old school.
The
I mean, back in
old-
the day, yeah. I mean, you had Chicago, but it was about murder, and did I
Yeah.
mention murder?
Right. And it was more like.
It was
we've
grittier. It was
seen,
grittier.
Yeah.
Yeah, the La La Land was very dreamy and really went outside the box. So some people didn't like that, or if you embraced that, then you loved it. Like I loved it.
I thought it was terrific.
Yeah,
It was
I
one
loved
of the
it.
most fun times I've had in a movie theater in a while. It was just fun to watch. But musicals are for some people an acquired taste.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in the '60s, so that's when My Fair Lady, Oliver, West Side Story, and
Love West Side
I was about to
Story.
say,
And
isn't
they all won-
isn't
those all
La La
won
Land
Best Picture.
like a West Side Story.
to an extent, it's a more it's West Side Story was about gangs in New York. My Fair Lady was Pygmalion done the music. Oliver was based on Oliver Twist. La La Land has the songs and stuff, but it's a bit more grounded in quote reality. But that's hard to say when people start dancing and floating up in the air.
Right, so it really goes back and forth. Like
Yeah.
it's about dreamers and love and lost dreams and success. It's really good.
But I'm sure that in LA, whenever there's a traffic jam, people jump out of the car and spontaneously start singing and dancing.
I used to cry
I've
when I
heard
lived in
about
LA.
that.
I would literally cry in traffic. I'd be like, "There's no way I'm ever getting to work." And when you work for a TV station, you have to be there. It's horrible,
Yeah.
like awful. In the live trucks and stuff, like you can't get anywhere.
So I think La La Land's going to win it because Hollywood tends to like to pat itself on the back.
Yeah.
And this
Right.
is a movie about Hollywood.
They do like that. So what is this? I'm looking at the movies right now at where do we always go? Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the Majestic, Lion, one of the movies nominated for Best Picture. I haven't heard about this either.
That one wasn't as marketed, I don't think, as much, but it's a good movie from what I hear. Dev Patel.
Right, gets
Nicole
adopted.
Kidman.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman's good.
I love Nicole Kidman. She's in this show that premiered on HBO.
Big Little Lies. Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
Good, man.
So
She's
far,
good in that part.
I'm interested. I like Nicole Kidman. She's a good actress.
I don't have HBO, so.
Well, it's free right now. They're doing a trial.
Yeah,
so
Oh, is
you
there?
can do
Okay,
that.
well,
Yeah,
then
but
maybe I'll
you know
watch it
who?
this
And
weekend.
Reese Witherspoon is in that show too. And ever since she did, well, I liked her a lot in Election, but when she did that movie Wild, the same director, and I cannot say his name for the life of me. Jean-Marc Vallée, maybe? I don't know. But he's directing Big Little Lies, and he also directed that movie Wild. But since she did that, I think she's a good actress.
Well, she sort of dropped out of the picture. Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah.
She hasn't been in very much lately that I can remember.
Did you see Wild? You should
Did
see
not.
it. It makes you think of her different.
I heard
like
Wild was really
differently.
good.
It's really good.
Isn't that one with Jennifer Lawrence too? Or
No, Laura Dern was in it as well, and she's in Big Little Lies. But it made me look at her differently, not so cookie cutter.
Sure.
So anyway, if you want to check out, usually when Oscars are around, they bring back movies.
Yep.
So I see a few of them.
Yeah, most of
playing.
them are back right now.
Hidden Figures, I heard, is really uplifting.
Very.
What is this Get Out movie? I haven't heard of this. It
Get
got
Out?
100% on
oh,
Rotten
the
Tomatoes.
Get Out is
That's yeah.
that horror movie from Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's getting great reviews.
It's 100% after a lot of reviews. I'm quite surprised.
Wow.
It's kind of it's about a racial
Yeah,
horror.
it's about it's an interracial relationship, and this black guy goes to meet the white woman's family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a horror comedy.
Funny,
it's
scary,
satirical.
thought-provoking. We
It's
should
kinda-
see it.
Think if you've ever seen it, think the Stepford Wives, because that's kind of a. I
love
wouldn't say
that.
it's not the Stepford Wives remade, but it's
No,
kind of sort of
the
that sort of
initial one.
idea.
The first one was good.
Going into a strange community is
Yeah.
different than what you might think it actually is. So.
Oh, we should see that.
But back to the Oscars.
Okay, back to
Yeah,
the Oscars.
gotcha.
Yeah, that's what happens when we start talking about
So
movies.
actor Denzel is seen as the front runner.
Really?
Which would be his second.
Because of Casey's controversy, I hear.
What is
Oh,
what is
You know,
Casey Affleck's
well,
controversy?
I was reading a piece on The Ringer actually this morning, and they were talking about how Casey Affleck was almost a shoo-in, but because of the sexual harassment claims against him,
Okay.
you know, nobody
Whoa.
would like. It will
When
be
did
a
those come
controversy.
out?
November.
Okay, I was going to say because those if they came out,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember when they came out.
I didn't even know
I mean,
that.
they're kind of old, but
Kind of old.
they
Does
brought
it
him
ever
back
get old?
Right.
into the conversation, kind of like what happened with Nate Parker.
It's almost like politics. If you've done something in the
That's-
past,
it's a
going to
political-
it's going to come up when you're
Yeah.
going for an Oscar. So
See,
politics
I never
everywhere.
care. Like, I don't care. I would just go on the performance. Or, like, politics just go on. Like, Bill Clinton, don't care. You know?
Well, okay, so
So, who is
Denzel
gonna
has
win?
moved up.
So,
above-
Denzel, good for
Yeah.
you.
I see. I've heard both, but Denzel seems to be leading the list right now.
Yeah, I saw Fences and it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I want to see the play just to see it in a different medium.
Mm-hmm.
But he's my pick. He's my pick.
Well, I heard he
right
was
now.
like acting with a capital A in that movie. I mean, it was
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah,
well, he's kinda like that.
Not like he's fake, but he was just really going at it.
yeah. But I
He's
mean,
very
that kind of
passionate.
movie I feel is made for an actor because it's a playwright.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of talking and your
Okay.
actions and things like that. So it's how you act and how you move. So I mean,
I thought he was so good in that movie where he was the pilot.
Oh, Flight. I like Flight. Yeah,
He
he was
was
nominated for
great
Flight.
in
Right.
that.
He gets
to me.
nominated pretty much anytime he steps in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Because he's. But let's see.
Okay.
Emma Stone is the front runner for Best Actress.
Yeah.
Having seen La La Land, I can see why.
Yeah.
There,
She's very
she has
authentic.
I swear she has the biggest eyes of anybody I've ever
She
seen.
does.
And there's a couple of scenes in La La Land where all the emotion is coming through her eyes, and it's really pretty strong. So yeah, I think this is her arrival
She
as a
definitely just
serious actress. So.
Lets it all out. Lets it go. Yeah, she's cool.
And then directing, Mel Gibson got it. He's not going to win it. They just gave it to him to say, okay, you're semi-forgiven for all
Right.
your racist stuff years
See,
ago, but
so,
we're no
so
no
Casey
way is he
Affleck
going to
could
win
like
it.
make it if Mel Gibson is back.
Yeah, but it may take Casey a
Like-
little while. It took
Yeah.
Mel, what, 10
Yeah.
years?
It's been
So
like
they're
a
just
decade.
they're saying, okay, you're not going to win, but here, toss you a bone. What I've heard is La La Land is going to.
Yeah.
Because it's such a stylized movie, and the director was so obviously. Directors are always key, but this guy, you could not make this movie without the director really putting his hand in.
No,
So.
it's evident. The director can definitely make it or break it. For some of the actors, too, they can make them look good or not. But I did just see, we were talking about Emma Stone, she is up against Meryl Streep, and that's kind of hard to beat.
Yeah, but Meryl's won so many times, and it's like, okay, get
Does
a new
anyone even
person
know
in.
how many times she's won?
Not off the top of my head.
No.
She's great, though. One of my favorites, for
There's
sure.
two Oscars that may go to the movies with local connections.
Okay.
One is Mahershala Ali from
yeah.
Best Supporting Actor in Moonlight.
Yeah.
He's probably I'd say that's another shoe-in.
Where is he
Okay,
from?
okay.
Where's he come out of the woodwork?
You know what? I'm not sure. He
I
was
don't know.
great in
Oh,
it.
I love it when it's a
But I
newcomer.
know I've seen him, and I'm
have?
a huge fan of his. I've seen him.
really?
He's in House of Cards.
Okay.
I've seen
Ooh,
him.
love that.
He was also in Hidden Figures.
really? Okay.
He was in the new Luke Cage show.
Huh.
He's been in a few other if you've ever seen Place Beyond the Pines.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
With
I've
Ryan
seen
Gosling.
him.
He was in that.
Oh wow! So he's been there for
He's
a while.
been around.
He's just really gotten the
but now
attention.
it's his. Oh, he's starting to take off.
Oh, he plays Remy in House of Cards.
Yeah, he plays
He's
Remy.
a cool character,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like him.
Cool.
But also Barry Jenkins, the director and writer of Moonlight. It's looking like he'll win the adapted screenplay because he took a play that he'd written and developed it for the screen
Very
for
cool.
Moonlight.
Gotcha.
No, I'm sorry. He took a play that had already been written and developed it for the screen. He didn't write the original play, but yeah, it looks like he's the front runner on adapted screenplay.
Okay.
So that's
Awesome.
Moonlight in two cases, like I said, associate produced by a local guy. So
Okay.
that's something to pin your hat on.
Any chances for any Hacksaw Ridge awards? in there?
Sound
Sound.
mixing, probably. I looked it up. In the last 3 or 4 years, the movies that have won sound mixing are like Mad Max, American Sniper, and I can't remember, but war movies.
Chaos War,
movies, yeah, exactly.
gotcha.
So, Skyfall by James Bond. So, yeah,
That would've been-
if you've
that was
got
good.
bullets whizzing and bodies exploding
to
and
go.
people groaning,
You'll
yeah.
be fine.
Yeah, sound mixing is your bag. You-
Right.
so it looks like
Awesome.
that one may win, but I can't see anything else from Hacksaw Ridge winning.
I want to see Manchester by the Sea. It looks very depressing.
Well, that's an odd sentence.
Well,
I don't
once
think it's
when-
depressing.
Well, I love depressing movies.
Oh, really?
I don't
Yeah.
think it's
Okay.
is it, I don't think it's depressing. It's a Boston story. People in
Well, I
Boston
saw
like
Michelle
trials.
Williams, and if she's in a movie, it's really
Park the
depressing.
cat.
I heard she's
Park the
not.
Cat.
She doesn't have much. She's not in it a whole lot, from what I
Oh.
understand. She's in it, but she's not a major character. I know she's up for Best Supporting Actress, but
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she screams depressing to me.
I wish she
Blue
do-
Valentine. Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say I wish she'd do more because she's a really talented actress. She was on Dawson's Creek. I mean,
Yeah.
but, I mean, like she.
That's where it all started.
But Blue Valentine, it was a good movie and
Woo!
she was good in it. But
Yeah.
it's sad.
It's
I'm trying to think
rough.
what the last thing I
That's
saw
sad.
was
Rough.
with her in it. I can't remember what the
Yeah,
last thing.
she's usually in indie movies. Like
Oh,
it's
okay.
like
Yeah,
low
she's
budget,
very
but they're usually really good.
Brooklyn. That reminds me. I loved that movie last year.
Brooklyn.
Mhm.
I didn't see
Still
it.
haven't seen.
Oh,
Brooklyn.
that's really good.
It's on I think
Not
HBO or
depressing.
Amazon
Is it?
now.
It's really
I've got,
good.
like I said last time I did this, I've got 100 movies.
I
My
loved.
DVR's full.
Yeah.
It's just
This year's
never
been
seen
different compared to last year, especially. I think like Spotlight won Best Picture.
Spotlight won last year, and I
love
sometimes,
that.
I often disagree with the Best Picture, not the one who wins it. I mean, there's been times I was writing some down
Where you're like,
where I was like this is way back 1996. The English Patient.
oh,
A friend of mine said that was a 90-minute movie crammed into 2.5 hours.
whatever happened to all those people?
I hated that movie. Still do.
I didn't
my
really like
wife,
it either.
my wife leaned over to me at one time and said, "Is this never going to be over?"
Yeah, I didn't love it.
That's how I felt about Boyhood.
I love Boyhood.
I didn't like Boyhood.
But I felt
because it was 10 short films crammed into one movie that I didn't need to see. Like
I loved it because of the mom. Like I felt like it
I
was
like
more.
no,
I
she
felt-
was great.
I feel like it was
Arquette,
more of a mom, like
Patricia
a.
Arquette.
Patricia
I thought
Arquette
it
was
was a
great.
motherhood more than boyhood.
She was great, but he was
know?
the main character, and I didn't enjoy it much.
Oh, I
at
loved
all.
it.
I will never watch it again. It was 3 hours long.
I think that's
3 hours out of your life,
like
you
that
can never get back.
Can't get that
the
back.
emotional stuff, though. I love, you know. Did
Well-
you see it?
Yeah, but I can't.
And it's oh my
my-
god, I loved it.
My brain cells are dying.
You know why you
quickly.
can't remember it? Because
I
it doesn't
remember.
stand out. That's why you can't
Oh, I
remember
loved it. And
was not good.
the director, I think Richard Linklater, I think was it?
Yeah, I think that was.
I just I like him. Yeah. So it's all subjective.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Are you going to watch?
Yeah, I like to watch for the fashion too.
I read just now that there was the stars just for the red carpet start a month out.
Oh yeah.
Getting ready.
Oh totally.
Losing weight, getting Botox, getting in
Right.
shape, getting their skin
Injections.
all clean, and what is it? An hour maybe on the red carpet. But
And
Yeah.
you know
a
how much
million
how
people.
much
But see-
money they have on
yeah.
them?
Oh, yeah.
It's an
crazy.
hour on the red carpet, but like you get photographed for what 5-10 minutes, and then just,
And then,
and
right.
people see you talk a little bit, maybe like it's 15 minutes really.
But then a billion people around the world see your
It's
photo,
it's
and if
just a
you look
huge
like
industry.
crap, they're going to say, "Oh my gosh, look at that person! What has happened to them?"
But I mean, it's just a huge moneymaker. Like all the designers, it just like a domino effect of what goes on from that night.
But you have
Crazy.
to. I read about the designers. You have to fit into their dress. They will not alter it for you.
Well, yeah, you can't eat for a month either.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
They size 2 and size 4.
That's it. Well, probably 0 and 2 there. I used to live in LA. I'm small, but like people are the smallest people you've ever seen
Really?
in your life. Yeah.
like terrifyingly tiny. Kind of. Ooh, what's wrong with that person? Small.
Yeah, pretty much. and actors are tiny. Like
Yeah.
they're all
Like tiny short or
Yeah.
just tiny small.
both.
Yeah,
Like a lot of the men are very short. When you meet an actor, because I used to do entertainment, who's tall, like Jake Gyllenhaal is taller, you're surprised.
Yeah. Well, what?
Because they're usually
Stallone's
very-
5'8", 5'9".
They're all
Cruz
very
is
short
5'6",
usually.
5'7".
Yeah, he's very short. I met him once. He was nice.
That's good. Who are the tall ones besides Gyllenhaal? I know Arnold is 6. No, Arnold's about 5'10", isn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
not as
Super
tall
tall.
as you think he was. Yeah.
and Denzel.
Like
Denzel's
Alexander
like 6'2",
Skarsgård's really tall.
6'2", I think Denzel
Who?
is. Denzel.
he? I read
Never
something
met him.
years ago in the, I guess was it High Noon or no? It was one of the movies. Alan Ladd, who was one of the big stars of the '50s. He was so short that they used to have to dig a trench for the woman to walk in next to
Oh.
him because so she would be a little shorter than he was.
Yeah, in TV before with the difference, I've known guys sit on books.
You know,
Yeah.
to jack
Yeah,
themselves
yeah.
up and
Cement
down.
blocks and
Or
stuff like that.
yeah, you just so it's funny, but yeah, there's something about actors being tiny.
Real quick before we go though. Okay, so picks. Your pick for best picture.
It's La La Land.
Your pick.
I want it to be La La Land.
You want it to be La La Land. I'm gonna go for Manchester by the Sea.
Sometimes they surprise you though. Like I remember, one of my favorite movies of all time, Almost Famous. Everyone thought Kate Hudson would win Best
That was
Supporting
good.
Actress,
Yeah.
and I don't know who won it that year, but it wasn't her, and that was shocking. So sometimes you never know.
Well, I
what's
mean,
gonna
everybody
happen.
thought what was Color Purple would win the year it won. It was out, and Out of Africa, another movie you should never watch ever in your whole life.
Was Meryl Streep in that one?
Meryl Streep and Robert Redford, and I
love
swear
Robert
if I
Redford.
saw one more scene of flying flamingos,
I do remember
I was going to
that.
put a foot through the TV.
I remember
Yes.
that. It wasn't good.
Oh, it's just a love story. Just drawn out and drawn out.
It wasn't like
But
the
I
way
really
we
like
were.
I really like The Color Purple a lot.
I
so
love The
I
Color
thought
Purple.
it was
Whoopi
wrong.
Goldberg was awesome in that.
The Way We Were, gosh, I saw that so long ago, and I
It's a
remember
good
not
movie.
liking it.
I liked it.
Well, I was a young guy. I
Yeah.
mean, I was a 20-year-old, and that would not be my kind
It's
of
another
movie.
depressing, emotional movie. Yeah. What's your favorite movie? Do you have a favorite for just of all time?
Oh, of all time? I don't have one of all time. There's so many.
No.
There's so many. Like I like so many. Like I mean, like one day I might want to watch The Godfather 2, or
Yeah, those
another
are-
day I
those are
want to
good.
watch Training Day. You know, just kind of.
Whatever happened to the Mafia movies? I haven't seen any good ones lately.
Well, The Departed won Best Picture a few years
That's
ago.
also one of my favorites. I love The Departed. It's
That was really good.
Goodfellas didn't win the year it came out.
That's my mom's favorite.
Goodfellas?
I love
Man, that's a
Goodfellas.
rough movie for a
Goodfellas
mom.
is a
She
great-
likes Goodfellas.
I
don't
loved
know. I think I
Goodfellas.
get my love of gangster movies from her because
Oh,
she
really?
likes them. Yeah.
Oh, that's well.
I always
Yeah, I
liked
mean,
them,
that
too.
Goodfellas, I mean, I'm a guy. I've seen The Godfather. I've
Yeah.
watched Evil Dead, which has bloody chainsaws, and The Goodfellas just kind of, I don't know, a couple of days later, it was still kind of giving me the shivers every once in a while. Wow.
I love Ray Liotta.
Yeah,
Love
his
him.
laugh in that movie was evil.
I love him. He's
Yeah,
great.
him
He's
and
feisty.
Pesci.
Yeah, Pesci was the one who got
Yes.
right under my skin.
Yeah, they were both. I liked them in that movie. Yeah. And De Niro's De Niro.
Yeah. So I think this one, the like you said, Best Picture is like the big one.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
I think you said Manchester by the Sea. I think if there's a dark horse or one that might slide in there, might be Moonlight or Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures is really getting a big push right now in terms of everybody I've talked to who's seen it just loved it.
Yeah,
I
I've
loved
heard
it.
too.
I mean, it was really good. I think you love. I think you. Love
I know
it too. It's a really
my
good
friend
movie.
Meg saw it and she said she is like crying tears of happiness. So yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Sunday it starts. The red carpet starts at 7, and the actual broadcast starts at 8:30.
Cool.
Keep an eye out.
And the fashion will be on all day.
Oh yeah, check our website because they're going to start pumping out red carpet photos.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're gonna have updates from beginning for you
Constantly.
guys at 7:00 Sunday night. So if you're pre-game, if you're doing one of those, drinking games with the Oscars, I've done them before. So
I feel like people don't do that here as much. Like when I lived in other cities.
We just
people
drink
did
all
it.
the time.
Yeah, to the south. The south.
Somebody
Yeah.
said if you want to get hammered, pick La La Land as the word that you drink on because it's going to keep
it was 14 nominations.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Right.
I'd be dead by the 7th.
and you have to be in here early.
Yeah.
And I expect a lot of political speeches too.
Yeah.
We had a
There'll
story
be
about
some.
that.
There'll
We
be
talked
some.
about that. Susan, I believe,
Yeah,
wrote a
in the
story
live
about-
section
Yeah.
today about how she asked readers what they thought, and a lot of them said sure they have the absolute right to do it, but I wish they wouldn't do it on an awards show.
Yeah.
I'm not watching them to watch their politics, but
Yeah.
Yeah, a mention here and there, but not a whole.
A lot of people like to. That's their escapism, and nobody wants to watch that. And
I know,
be
I've been
reminded.
to
Even if you're a
concerts where they
fan of
do
what's
it.
going on, or if you're not, you don't want to see it.
one guy in the
Right.
story said, if you're sitting in the movie theater and all of a sudden the actors on screen stopped and turned to you and started talking about their politics, would you like that? And then, okay, I
Well,
can see that.
Kevin Spacey
I don't
does it on
I don't
House of
mind it.
Cards.
I mean,
I
I
don't
talk
mind
about your
it.
politics
Yeah.
wherever you want to, really. But there were.
No, I don't mind it if it doesn't go too long. Like I went to a Pearl Jam
I don't-
concert and Eddie Vedder was like the whole
Well, see, that's like
time.
anything. Any speech
Yeah.
is too long. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
buddy,
yeah.
good job.
I saw
But
Pearl Jam. I saw Vedder start, and I can't even remember what he was talking about.
Oh, I know.
Because at one point it turned into a. Cause
Right. Yeah.
I just lost track.
Yeah, I like the speeches where they don't have anything rehearsed and it's just real. Like when you can tell they're genuinely really affected by it. I think that's the best for me.
When they're not reading from cue cards. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of or like pull out the glasses. No, I like it when
I was
it
so
seems,
unprepared for
when it
this.
Yes, I
seems
couldn't.
real.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, here we
Let
go.
me open the book.
And we got to see how this guy does, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah,
So-
he's pretty much now the Emmys and the Oscar host.
I like him. People like him or they don't.
I have no problem with it.
I like
Yeah.
him. He's not the best on late night, but I like him.
He's like he is who he is. So we'll see how everything goes, and you can pick up one of these for all the info, or we're gonna link you to our story with the pics online
Yep.
and have fun with it.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Bye guys.